Canada has sent military units to help tackle wildfires that have forced thousands of people to leave their homes. Hundreds of fires are threatening cities in British Columbia and the Northwest Territories. Cooler weather is helping firefighters make progress, but there's already destruction on a huge scale.
It's Canada's worst wildfire season on record. The burned land adds up to an area larger than Ireland. International fire crews are on hand to help battle the blazes. A state of emergency has been declared in British Columbia, and Canada's federal government has stepped in.
As Canadians are seeing in the horrific images they see of devastation and fear of residents in Northwest Territories and in BC, it is an extraordinarily serious situation.
35,000 residents have already been evacuated in British Columbia. Kelowna is one of the worst hit areas. The fire spread rapidly there over the weekend, growing more than 100-fold in just 24 hours. Fire crews say if the improved weather conditions hold, they could gain the upper hand.
We are finally feeling like we're moving forward rather than we're moving backwards, and that's a great feeling for all of us to have. In saying that, make no mistake, there will be difficult days ahead.
With many residents anxious to return home, authorities are warning tens of thousands more could still be forced to evacuate.
I'm pleased to say that we can take you to Yellowknife in Canada's Northwest Territories and speak to Mayor Rebecca Alty, whose city has been particularly affected. Welcome, Mayor Alty. How many people are left in your city at the moment?
We have about 1,000 essential employees left, and so that's the firefighters and the crews working on the defensive lines. And we have about 1,500 residents, and we are continuing to encourage those residents to please leave. It's not safe. The highways are open, so residents can leave by highway, or if you need a flight, if you don't have a vehicle, or if you have a medical condition, seniors, there are flights available, and so you can head to the school gym here, Sir John. It's open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and you can register for a flight. So again, we're really encouraging folks to please head out now while it's still safe.
Right, so you've got about 2,500 there, down from a population of around 20,000. And I believe you have quite a number of people there who are living off-grid, as it were. How have you gone about contacting the city's Indigenous and homeless populations and getting them to safety?
Yeah, so that happened on Thursday. Those were our first flights out. And so we did have people driving around. We had people walking around, picking up anybody, hey, there's an evacuation, there's free flights. Would you like to evacuate? Of course, we can't force anybody to evacuate. So it's all based on the people's decisions. But yeah, we wanted to make sure that the word got out. And so making sure that there was patrols to areas where folks who are unhoused may frequent. And so really making sure that everybody was out. And based on our look, the numbers, it appears that the majority of people have left.
And so those who remain, does that mean they're now stuck there, or are there still opportunities for them to leave?
No, definitely still opportunity to leave. So if you do have a car, we're encouraging people to drive. The highway is open. There is only one way in and out of Yellowknife, and unfortunately that is where the fire is as well. However, it's safe. The conditions are smoky, so you should drive with care. And if you don't have a vehicle, we do have the flights available, so folks can go to the local high school gym here and sign up to get on one of those free flights. So still encouraging everybody to please leave.
And where are you sending them to?
There's a variety of evacuation centers that have been set up. The majority are in the province south of us, Alberta. There's 7 municipalities that have reception centers set up. There's also an evacuation reception center set up in Winnipeg. And of course, if people have friends and family down south or somewhere else in the territory that's not under an evacuation order, encouraging folks to stay with friends and family first.
And has the city ever faced anything like this before?
No, this is never have we had to evacuate before. Frequently, Yellowknife is an evacuation reception center. So we've already hosted 3 communities from the Northwest Territories this year. So the communities of Hay River and the Katlodici First Nation, Bechico, as well as Wekwiti. Their communities were all under threat from a forest fire, and we opened up our community to those residents. So a fire has never come as close as it's come to right now, which does also mean that there's a lot of trees to burn because there's never been a forest fire in this area before.
Right.
Never come this close. We get them in the region, but not this close.
And so there was some rain at the weekend, giving firefighters some help. What's the outlook now?
Yeah, and it is important to clarify, the city of Yellowknife, we received about 11 millimeters of rain, and the fires just outside of Yellowknife, and it received significantly less. And even with the amount of rain that we received in Yellowknife, it wouldn't be enough to stop the fire. But it is helpful for the firefighters, every little bit counts. But I know residents who have evacuated, they're like, great, we've had rain, we can come home. And it's no, it definitely wasn't enough. It's just allowed us to be able to attack the fire more today.
Right.
It means the fire hasn't moved as much. And so firefighters are actually able to set out a plan and implement that plan without having to suddenly change it at the last minute.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us, Mayor Rebecca Alty, Mayor of Yellowknife. Thank you.
Not a problem.